If you are a fan of Genshin Impact and you're a PlayStation 4 player, I got some bad news for you. Looks like Mihoyo has announced that it will be winding down PlayStation 4 support for Genshin Impact, its most popular multiplayer fantasy action RPG, within the next 8 months. Now, if you remember, Genshin Impact started off on mobile, and the very first console that it went to, was PS4. So there have been a lot of people playing that game since then. And it just sucks that that had to happen, but this is what it looks like. Next in the game, it says PS4 purchases on the PlayStation Store and in-game shop will be disabled. February 25th, 2026. Items purchased on the PSN before this date, but not yet claimed in the game, will still be obtained, however. Lastly, April 8th of 2026, Mihoyo will cease all support for Genshin Impact on PS4. Players will be unable to log in, and the game will not receive any more updates, and all unclaimed items purchased on the PlayStation Store will become obtainable by logging into the PlayStation 5 version. The PlayStation 5 version of Genshin Impact will be unaffected by this development, and the game's support cross progression, making it easier to transition to other platforms. The game remains playable on all the PS5, Xbox Series X, PC, and all of mobile. So at least you have that. That's cool, because I talked about this about the last game. I forget what game it was. In the last show, where they said they're gonna revamp the game, and you're gonna lose all of the stuff that you bought, and you're gonna have to start all over again. So at least for players who have the money to go buy a new console, if you don't have a PS5 by now, if you don't have an Xbox One, you can still move on to the game and still have all of your stuff that you bought. But for some people who can't afford a new console, and let's be real, in this day and age in the economy, these consoles are very expensive. A lot of people can't even afford to eat these days, let alone spend 700-800 bucks on a PS5. So a lot of people, all they have is the PS4, and that sucks that they're no longer going to be able to play that on there. Now they could turn to mobile, but who wants to do that? You can play on tablet. Who wants to do that? And it just sucks that a lot of those people are going to lose support for that. It is what it is.